Hey all, so let me paint the picture and you let me know if you can relate. It's 2 a.m., you're still on your laptop, still at your computer, bashing away at the keyboard, you're still trying to implement that one feature that you set out to do. You set out to build. Maybe 5 hours ago, maybe 3 hours ago, maybe six. Doesn't matter, but you're still at it. And if you go to sleep and wake up in the morning, that might only take you 30 minutes. But you're determined. You're determined to spend the next 2-3 hours working on this feature just because you want to finish it. I've been in this situation quite a few times. I am working on slightly less side projects right now, so that's not as much of an issue. But every single time when I would get annoyed either by some sort of a technology or I would be learning a new library that I'm adding into my softwares, I would just want to finish. I would want to finish it before I go to bed. And I feel like it's normal. It's all about closure. I've always wanted to start something and finish it. And when I finish it, I can move on to the next stuff. I can then relax. I can enjoy my day, or night in this case. But it doesn't always happen like that. You're still stuck at the screen, trying to figure out what you missed. And it's middle of the night. You probably have work tomorrow morning, or you have an exam, or you have to go to uni, school. But I believe most of us still share this frustration. And I'm not sure whether it's much of a frustration or it's just something that we have, that we just live for this moment and opportunity to just sit down and bash a program out for enjoyment, for a specific task, a purpose, but it ends with us bashing our head against the keyboard, trying to figure out what the hell went wrong. And this disturbs your sleep schedule. Theoretically, it's a debuff. You get this debuff for the next few days, 2 days, 3 days, it doesn't matter. If you don't sleep well at night, the next day you will be quite tired. You might go to sleep slightly earlier, or you might try to implement another feature and you'll be stuck another night on the same kind of problem, the same issue. This cycle just continues. The next day you wake up, you're tired again, and you never really reach that peak brain operating capacity performance. I'm not a neuroscientist, I don't know what I'm talking about, but I really felt that this impacts my performance. But at the same time, I don't know how to stop myself. I just don't know how to say, that's enough. I've got to where I've got to. Let me just close the laptop, forget about it. Let me come back tomorrow, reconvene, maybe ask someone else for help. Maybe I'll just in general have a different, fresh perspective on it. But I always want to finish it. I always feel like I have to close it before I can continue existing. And it's weird. I don't know if you share that. I know it might be slightly different when it comes to having your day job be programming, software engineering at the same time, and finishing features at work. You're not expected to work past a certain point in the day. Like, if you work for a company and you're an employed full-time software engineer, I don't think you should bash your head against the wall and bang on the keyboard until 2 a.m. trying to figure something out. That's not productive, neither for you, nor the company, nor it's actually healthy and sustainable long term. But when it comes to your own projects or your business, a SaaS application you're building, a calculator app, I feel like it's pretty normal to try to push yourself as much as you can and try to get as much as you can out of the day, because after you start working as a full-time employed software engineer or any other 9-to-5 profession for that matter, just start feeling like the time's slipping. Imagine waking up in the morning, clocking in at 9, clocking out at 5. Realistically, you still have quite a bit of time before you should go and sleep. But sometimes it doesn't feel that way. Sometimes it feels like everything's against you. You need to go do a shop run, get your groceries, cook yourself dinner. And if you're working from an office, add commute from work on top of that. So you're all done and dusted. It's 9 p.m. You've just spent the past 4 hours commuting, shopping, cooking, eating, and you just want to relax. You don't want to look at a computer anymore. That's perfectly normal as well. You want to relax, maybe watch some TV. If you want to avoid screens, maybe you want to read a book, play a board game, I don't know what you're into. But that doesn't leave you with all that much personal time to implement any kind of features or build any kind of side projects that you want. That's probably a frustration. That's definitely been a frustration of mine. The thing is, we do have the time. The time is there. If you're disciplined enough and you plan out your project in advance, you can easily get that all sorted. You can work 1 hour a week. You can work 5 hours a week. Depends on how much time you have. If you schedule it in, and that is your lock-in time, that's it. You sit down, headphones on, music blasting, you're inside of the code. You're already writing, already building. It's all doable. But regardless, let me get back to the point. It does still feel like a lack of time. And I'm not sure what the cure is. I don't know. I'm not really well versed in psychology and how one should feel their meaning and how one should fulfill their purpose and all of that. Because at the end of the day, like, if you're happy with where you are, you're not going to be as upset and annoyed at some sort of a feature that's not working, at something that's just not coming out the right way. You might be a bit upset and annoyed at that initial frustration in the beginning, but when you put it into perspective, it's not that deep. And I know this is mainly a message for myself, hopefully starting to do a bit more of these videos, kind of documenting my thoughts and journey and making them for myself, because someone's got to tell me. So I hope this message resonates as well. It's not that deep. At the end of the day, you're not saving babies. There's this article by Scott Hanselman called Software and Saving Babies, and I'll link it in the description if you want to read more about it. The main idea is, if you're not working on medical equipment that literally saves babies' lives, you're probably working on some sort of business software, some new blockchain AI crap or anything. It's not that deep. I guess that's the message. It started with just one more feature and ended with it's not that deep. I don't know how we got here, but feel free to share your thoughts in the comments down below. Like the video, hit a little subscribe as well. Catch you in the next one.